Have you ever wondered about the term data harvesting? Yeah, data harvesting is a pretty big term used by big companies like Google, Yahoo, Facebook. But some of the time, if you sit a minute and ask yourself, what is the meaning of this word? You're going to be very, very panicked. So, in today's video, we're asking the question, how much what is your data? So, if someone could say your data, how much do you think they might collect? Greetings IQcodec, this is Fabrice from IQcodec, and in today's video we're talking about how much what is your data. Let us define what is data. So data, anybody will have a definition depending on the person you're going to ask the question. For example, if you ask this to a student in school, he will have a different definition from a person using an Android phone or a business person. So in this case, we're going to answer it maybe in a general term. So data is, in this case, will be considered as any personal information. For example, your date of birth, your name, your credit card credential. So anything you use on the internet that are personal to you is data. And most of the time, when signing in for online services like Google, in fact, any account nowadays you create, you need to give up some personal data. For example, to create a Google account, you need your name, your password, your date of birth, your place of birth. So these kind of things, these are data that are given up to these big companies, and each of the data are stored in the database. And you know what? They are used for some things, and that is what we're going to be discovering later in this video. And let us move to the next question. What is the data used for? So after these big companies have collected your data, they are able to create a clone of yourself, and with this they're able to target you with personalized ads. So what are ads? Ads are mostly one of the biggest ways these big companies use to make their money. So they target you with a particular ad that you are going to be interested in, and you're going to watch it, and the money is going to go in for the person that sponsor the ad and part of the money to Facebook. But this is how they use their personal data for. So this personal data help them to target their audience. For example, if you're that kind of person that spend your time watching, let us say, for example, cosmetic product, beauty product, you notice once in the day you end up in your Facebook account, you're going to see ads of, let us say, product and everything that is for fashion. So this is because Facebook has studied how you use your Android device, the kind of things you're interested in, the kind of video you watch, the kind of product you browse on the internet. For example, even on your Google phone, for example, if you search for a store like on Amazon, you can be searching something on Amazon. For example, I myself, a personal experience, I was looking for a graphic card, so I was spend my time 2 to 3 hours on Amazon looking for a graphic card, and it came a time I went to another website and I started seeing ads of graphic cards showing at the corner of the browser. So this is because after you searching those graphic cards, they have discovered your interest in the graphic card. So anywhere you go, let us say, for example, an online market, they're going to make it very easier. So they're going to be presenting you this graphic card in the form of ads, and they know it's going to attract your attention. How is this data collected? So you might be wondering, how do they manage to have our data? So most of the data, we are the one giving them for ourselves. For example, each time you create a Facebook account, a Google account, in fact, any online service, remember, you're giving up your data, because you create an account, you need information about yourself, and this information are called personal data. The way these big companies collect the data, they collect it by us voluntarily giving them to them. So it's not something they call, man, point a gun at your face and say, here's the data. So that, no, that's not how it works. We voluntarily give it to them, and most of the time we don't even discover it, but that is true. We give it voluntarily, so they don't even force us. Remember, each time you create an account, each time you run a service, each time, in fact, everything on the internet nowadays, you need to give up some level of personal data. Okay, now we're the most interesting part of this video that you guys may be waiting. How much what is in the I, for one, I don't know, I've made a lot of researches, but I was unable to actually see a price tag attached to that. Maybe this amount of data, this number of profile will give Facebook this amount of data. So, and one is that these companies don't disclose it, so it's very, very private. They never disclose it. So here we're going to be talking about statistics. In the year 2021, the year that just passed, Google made close to $200 billion only from their ad revenue. So you can imagine. And Facebook, Meta, owned by Facebook, it is surrounding of $150 billion. So just imagine the kind of money only from ads revenue. And to make this ads revenue, they target an audience, and this audience actually are attracted to what they see on their phone screen, on their devices. You can imagine, this is what I call real money. That is all for today's video. This is Fabrice from IQcodec, and this is how our setup are going to be looking like